Obviously, I look different. My husband looks different for a different reason. He's a very pale Mexican, so they look at him funny sometimes, they look at me funny, and then we look funny together. So we get stares and stuff like that sometimes, but generally the people are very nice. Is up, my dudes, and bienvenidos a Vida Nueva. As you can see, we're in a different background today. I'm actually downstairs in our house. Upstairs is hot and we don't have AC, so I thought I'd come downstairs to do this video with you guys. My glasses are so glary, don't mind that. I hope you guys enjoyed our last couple of videos. They've been okay, but we haven't been able to go out much here. It's been raining. The rainy season is, I think, just now starting, so that's been happening, but soon here shortly. I'm gonna try and do like a empty house tour because our house is still empty. You guys will find out why probably by the end of this video. But yeah, so today we're doing a pros and cons of moving to Mexico, more specifically Querétaro. Keep in mind, this is just mine and my husband's opinion. This is the first place we've lived in Mexico, and we do enjoy it here, but there's obviously gonna be things we like and don't like, and we thought we'd just let you know to give you some perspective. Okay, so I just moved the camera a little bit to split up the monotony of the background, and let's jump right into the pros and cons video. I'm gonna start with the pros. We're a positive channel over here. So let's start with the things we do like / love about living in Mexico. So first thing is very, very obvious. We love the cost of living. We are originally from Atlanta, which is technically a low cost of living city in the US, which is crazy because it is so expensive there. I recently just looked for shits and giggles how much rent and stuff was there, and it has shot up since we moved, or like since we signed our last lease, which was last year. Like our same apartment building is like $400 to $500 more than it was last year, which is crazy. But here in Mexico, our rent is $750 or 15,000 pesos a month, and that is actually on the higher side for Mexico. But Querétaro is like a booming, bustling, like, what are they called? Like, I don't know, like a booming city. Like there's a lot of engineers, doctors, things like that that make a lot of money, which raises the cost of living. And it's also not a super touristy city. It's literally just for residents and things like that. Yeah, that's why it costs a little bit more. Yeah, so like I said, our rent is 15,000 pesos. We just got our electric bill. It was literally 130 pesos, which is like $6 to $7 for the whole month of April, which is wild. Our water bill was 530 pesos, which is like $35. It's a little high, but that's not too bad. We have internet, and that is like, I want to say like 600 or 700 pesos a month, so 30 something dollars. And that's pretty much what we pay for, aside from like going out to eat, Ubers and things like that. Ubers are usually a hit or miss. Sometimes they're like $2 to $3, and sometimes they can go up to $7 or $8, which is still not that bad compared to Atlanta or the US in general. And our groceries, we are part of like Facebook groups and stuff, and we see people ask questions about groceries all the time. And when I tell you, the range can vary widely. It can vary widely. It just depends on your preferences, people in your household and things like that. But we personally spend probably like $25 to $30 on groceries each week, and then we probably spend like the same amount eating out, $25 or $30 each week, and that's with like delivery. So yeah, things like that here. Cost of living is very low. That's our very favorite thing about being here. I wish I could just pick this up and take it home, but obviously that's not possible. All right, our second pro is the weather. So like I said, Querétaro is like deserty vibes. We are, I think it's a mile high city. It's like way above sea level, so in the day it gets pretty warm, but at night it is always like under 55, and it feels great at nighttime. A lot of places here don't have AC, and they don't really need heating here. In the winter, people obviously use like the little heaters and stuff like that, but the weather is beautiful even when it rains. It'll rain like a few hours during the day or rain like at nighttime, and it just cools everything down and it feels great. The only like con about the weather is like there's so much dust here. One time we went to Walmart and there's literally like dust tornadoes in the parking lot. So everything gets dirty, our shoes are dirty, our house is always so dusty. We have to literally sweep and wipe things down every single day so it doesn't build up. But yeah, the nice weather, sunny, beautiful. It's windy, there's a lot of breeze and things like that. So if you're like me, I could never live in Merida or any of the coastal cities because I don't do humidity and I don't do heat, even though I am from Georgia, which has both those things. But like Mexican humidity and heat is no joke. It is so different. So that's like literally mainly why I wanted to not be in one of the expat cities, because they're mostly on the coast and I cannot handle it. All right, so number 3 on our pros list is the shopping / variety of things to do. If you talk to anybody from home, they're like, oh my God, you're going to live in a hut, not have anything to do, you're gonna be so bored. There's so many things to do here. When I tell you, it's pretty much like a US city here. It is. There's K1 Speed. We saw Chuck E. Cheese. They have virtual reality places. They have the biggest, most beautiful, vast malls that have so much stuff in them. And we are around so many malls like Antea and Uptown Yerquia. They're literally right across the street from each other. And anything you want to do, they have it here. And aside from shopping and malls, they have wineries. In Querétaro, they have a lot of those here. I think it's like one of the tourism things that it's known for. So they have like wineries and cheese tours. So just a little bit away from Querétaro is San Miguel de Allende, and that's a whole nother city with all their things. There's, I think it's called Mount Bernal, something like that. But the big old mountain, they have that if you're into outdoorsy things. Literally anything you want. They have the center for more cultural things, the museums, everything. So it's literally just like, it's a place. Like, I don't know why people think Mexico is just, I don't know, like clay houses and like nothing, but anything they have at home, they have here. Pricing depends, just because like, a lot of like if you want stuff to do at home, it's imported. Like Bath and Body Works is way more expensive here and they have less things, so it just depends on what you're looking for. Yeah. We don't go out that much because we both work all day, which is the only thing that sucks, which is why like moving to Mexico for retirement is perfect. Not saying you can't live here if you're still working in the workforce, but there's so many things to do, it's hard to fit them into the weekend, for us at least. All right, the number 4 thing is for my girlies. Honestly, it's the cheap services. And by services, I mean hair, nails, lashes, waxing, massages, things like that. So I don't know if I showed you guys on my birthday, I got my hands, my feet, and my eyelashes done, and I was blown away by the prices. This one nail salon we like to go to, it's called Ula Nail Spa. They have this deal on Thursdays where you can get gel nails for 130 pesos. And that's literally like $6 or $7, which would run me $35 to $40 at home. And at home, they barely do the manicure, but here they do the whole manicure, the soaking, the cuticles, everything. And then the toes were like 200 pesos maybe, so like $10, and I was blown away. I knew it would be cheap, but I did not think it would be that much cheaper. And I also got my eyelashes done for my birthday, and it was 500 pesos, which is $25. And my ladies know eyelash extensions are literally maybe $150 to $200 at home. So I was screaming, I love them. I haven't got them since, just because it's not like an all the time thing for me. But if I want to look special or I want to like just be cute, I am going to spend the $30 to get my lashes done. So things like that are way cheaper here. So you can live like your luxury lifestyle, your baddie lifestyle on a budget. You don't have to worry about breaking the bank to feel good and look good here. And even for my guys too, the nail salon does Ula Men, so they do the men's nails and everything like that. So you can be cleaned up and nice for on the low low. And my last pro, for now at least, is generally people are nice, they're helpful. We have the little guard guy slash lady at our house, complex, whatever. They're very nice. People in public are nice. Yeah, so generally people are nice, not all the time, depending on the setting and obviously the person, but that's like that anywhere. But 99.9% of the time, the people here are very nice, welcoming. Obviously, I look different. My husband looks different for a different reason. He's a very pale Mexican, so they look at him funny sometimes, they look at me funny, and then we look funny together. So we get stares and stuff like that sometimes, but generally the people are very nice. Okay, let's get down to the cons, dun, 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 unfortunately. But there are quite a few cons of living here that I sort of was expecting, but not really. And to be honest, I'm not vibing with the cons. Like, they almost outweigh the pros at this point, but let's just get straight into it. And also, the cons are not to deter anybody from living here, it's just to make you more aware. And these are just things I wish I knew before I got here. So the first con is the quality of customer service is literally like bottom of the ocean, below the barrel. Like, can't find it, it's non-existent. Every time we've needed help, a service, or anything like that, it is horrible. Like, it took us over a month to get internet here, calling 3-4 times a day. We have Telmex, by the way, which is like a monopoly in the country, which is why monopoly shouldn't be a thing, because they can do what they want with no consequence. Yeah, over a month waiting, could not upload, could not do my job because we had no internet. And they finally came. The guy himself was nice, but he also didn't fully do his job, which sucks. So, and we've run into this multiple times. People are supposed to come work on things at the house, don't show up, they don't call you back, they don't text you back. They will answer your call, be nice in your face, and then not do their job. So the quality of customer service sucks. People at like grocery stores or like shopping malls and stuff like that, they're generally nicer. They do their job. They're there already, so they're very nice. But having a service come to your house or do something for you like that is like terrible. And it's also hard to contract a lot of things online. You have to call a lot, like call them for them to come do it, which sucks. But also it sucks because at home, like for internet, just put in your order online and they will come to you, and it's usually very easy, or at least in my experience. So if you're coming to Mexico, be aware of that. And yeah, so just something to be aware of. And along with that, our second con is renting in general. I know for a lot of expats, it's super easy. You just show your money, your passport, you get the keys to a place. In Querétaro, it's a longer, different process. And if you guys have seen Tangerine Travel's video, they explain it very well. We actually moved here before them and worked with the same realtors, which were also very nice, but it is just a hassle to rent here. You need so much paperwork, so many things, so much proof. You have to get insurance called Póliza Jurídica. I can't say that word, it is so hard for me. But yeah, it's just basically an insurance policy for you and the landlord to protect each party pretty much. But then you have to pay like 30 to 50% of your rent for that. And it's just a very tedious process. And also something that's different from other Mexican cities is a lot of the rentals are unfurnished, so you have to go out and buy your own furniture and things like that, which also sucks because we wanted something furnished, but there's literally nothing furnished. And yeah, so the biggest pro about that part is we have a shitty landlord. Like, if somebody told me it would be like this, I would have never moved into this house, even though it's beautiful, it's big, it's in a nice area, nice little family area. I would have never moved here. And that's like goes hand in hand with the customer service part. Like, we met him like 2 or 3 times when we first walked through the house, and then when we came to sign for it, he was smiling in our faces, very nice. He was telling us, yes, everything will be done clean before you get here. The day we moved in, barely clean, did not fix the door. Like literally one of the locks on our door does not work. The one of the locks on our windows doesn't work. Nothing. He was supposed to like deep clean the house because they did construction on it before we came here. That didn't happen. I still don't have my keys, and we've been here for 2 months. Only my husband has his keys. So when I say be very careful who you rent from, we went through the whole like formal process. We didn't even go through like marketplace or just meet somebody. We had realtors, we had the insurance, and we still ended up with essentially a slumlord. So my advice to you is just stick with Airbnb. Even if you're not sure, like especially if you're not sure you want to be here long term, stick with Airbnb because it's a third party to help you work through things. Yeah, I would much rather be moving from Airbnb to Airbnb than living in this house and dealing with them and having to pay them money when they're not doing their job. But yes, so please, please, please stay in an Airbnb like we did for the first month, and you can look around. But if you have a feeling or something, don't do the rental thing. Honestly, for me, I wouldn't rent here because it's literally driving me insane. But enough on that, let's get to con number 4. So the con number 4 really just depends on what area you're in. We're a little bit out of the city. We live in Yurikia, which is like 20 to 25 minutes from the center, and the transportation here kind of sucks. So literally every video we watched was like, you don't need a car unless you're far out. Even then you don't really need a car because they have Uber and Didi, and we use both. But here lately, Uber has been sucking. Like we've been having to wait 15 to 30 minutes for Ubers every single time we want to go out. Okay, yeah, sorry, I had to answer a call real quick. I think I was talking about Ubers. But yeah, so word on the street is like Uber is paying the drivers less, like taking more of their money from each trip. So they are like cherry picking which trips they pick up, which sucks. So yeah, we have a hard time getting Ubers here. So if you live here, you're gonna need a car if you're outside of the city, like 100%. But driving here looks fairly easy. People drive pretty much safe on the highways. The only place I really don't wanna drive is the center because the streets are so little and like people, you know, they do not stay in their lane. But yeah, that is one con for us, especially because we live so far out. I mean, like Yurikia has all the stuff here around it, but you just need a car to get to it if you don't want to wait for an Uber. I feel like I have so many cons, but bear with me. Okay, so another con, which is surprising for Mexico, is Querétaro is apparently notorious for bad food. They have horrible sushi. Don't come here if you're a sushi fan. They put Philadelphia cream cheese on everything, like literally every piece of sushi we've ever had here, and I don't understand because it's not like that anywhere else. The Mexican food is good. If you get like meats, like grilled stuff like that, it's very good. They have a lot of fast food here, so I feel like it's kind of Americanized, but like generally the food here we have not really enjoyed. We cook at home a lot, and when we don't cook at home, we eat pizza or like we go to like a taco spot. Like tacos and stuff like that are good, or we really like gorditas or huaraches. I butchered that, but yeah, things like that. So if you're a foodie, I suggest maybe going to a more foodie city like Oaxaca, Mexico City, or one of the coastal places, because when I tell you I have been so disappointed by the food here, it's not that good. And last but not least, and this is kind of like, again, person to person specific, we get a lot of stares / weird treatment from strangers. Yo soy una morena, and it is very obvious. I have the curly, kinky hair. I'm pretty tan most of the year, so people can tell my facial features, even though I wear a mask a lot of the time, but when I take the mask off, it's very apparent. And I don't want to say it's a racism thing, but I do want to say it's like we don't see your kind often, especially because I'm not in a tourist city where a lot of Black expats are. I do get stares, and sometimes people will not stop staring. They literally break their necks. I like to think it's because I'm cute, but I literally don't look like this all the time. I just go out normal how I would at home. Some people are kind of rude to me when they're not rude to other people. Like a few times in Walmart, they'll try to split me and my husband up because, you know, COVID restrictions, but there's little other couples standing right next to each other and they're not doing anything. But I don't want to say that's a thing because of whatever, but I do get a lot of stares. I don't mind it because obviously I look different, but you gotta know when to stop staring. And then obviously my husband and I don't look the same, and I assume they don't see a lot of interracial couples here. So I understand, but if you are like, if you look like me, just be aware. If you don't like staring, just be aware of things like that before you come here. So those were all of the pros and cons, and this video is literally so long. Yeah, this video is so long, but I hope the information is useful for you guys. And I just want to throw in a couple of things you need to know when moving here. You have to know Spanish. Like I said over and over again, it's not a big tourist city. There's not a lot of people that speak English here. I've met probably like 3 or 4 people that speak English. One time I went to the store and this girl told me she liked my hair. Literally my first defense mechanism when anybody talks to me is literally, no hablo español, pero yo hablo un poco. I do try, but I'm somebody who's a perfectionist. I want to get what I'm saying right, and I want it to sound right. So I'm glad I have my husband here that speaks Spanish. But yeah, you need to know Spanish here. It's hard to get around not knowing it in Querétaro. And then we met this guy at a cafe, and he was happy to talk to me in English because he was practicing. He said he studied English before, but obviously there's not a lot of English speakers here, so he lost it a little bit. And an Uber driver we had, when people see me, they want to speak English, but I can understand quite a bit of Spanish. I just don't respond great. So yeah, you need to know Spanish. And then yeah, another random thing is always have cash to tip or to pay for things, especially if you're like us and you like to support like the small local businesses. Just always have cash, because here in Mexico, when you pay with card, they add an extra fee because when money goes to their bank account, the government takes taxes out of it right away. So cash is king in Mexico. And yes, we made it to the end of the video, but we have one small, huge, big announcement to make. We are going back home, actually. So like I said earlier, the cons of our list make it very, very hard for us here. We love it. I enjoy it. I would stay here forever. But I think at this point of our lives, it is just are considering our stay here as a long working holiday. We did work while we were here. It's actually almost the end of our visa stay, so it just makes sense for us to head back home for a little bit at least. And our plan is to have a home base at home first, stack up that coin, and then travel long-term regularly. So this channel will still be a thing. We are still traveling, but we're going home to make our home base, just so we have somewhere to always come back to, especially looking back at it when COVID happened. If we were one of those people that had to suddenly go home, we would not have a place to live, and right now we don't have a place to live in Atlanta. So yeah, we are going back to build our home base, and then we'll be jumping around periodically, which I'm so excited for, because moving out of the country literally made me grow up as a person. I've had so many realizations that I wouldn't have had I stayed at home, which is one thing I'm grateful for. And I just see this as another new adventure. So on my main channel, which I will link down below or put in the cards or something, we're gonna do our whole apartment searching series. So if you're into that, let us know. And you can watch it on there. But here we will be still traveling, doing family things, showing you guys our travel plans, everything like that. We are already planning to travel after we go home. We really want to go to the beach. There's no beaches in Atlanta, so we're either going Florida or West Coast to go to the beach. We're definitely going out west this year, and hopefully to New York. And then hopefully after that, we're gonna have a little honeymoon wedding party, and I really wanna go to like Asia maybe, or Africa, or like I wish I had this channel when I went to South Africa. That would have been a bomb. I'm rambling, but yeah, for our honeymoon, we either want to go like Bali, Maldives, not Hawaii. That's so, everybody goes there for their honeymoon. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today, hearing my pros and cons, things you need to know, and our plans for the future. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go make some food, and yes, I'll see you guys very, very soon in the next video. Bye. And I'm gonna make Julio join me next time because this feels like another channel for just me when it's both of our channel. But anyway, bye.